You know that feeling, right? It's a blazing hot summer day, and all you want is to escape into your nice, cool, air-conditioned home. It's like your personal oasis. But what if that very comfort, that sealed-up cool air, is accidentally setting a trap?
Experts have been trying to get this message out, and it all boils down to a really simple but serious warning. When the AC is on, there's one thing you should never, ever do. And it's a habit a lot of us have, especially when it's just too hot to even think about cooking outside.
So this begs a pretty chilling question, doesn't it? Could something as normal as cooking dinner actually turn your cool, comfortable home into a deadly environment? Let's get into it and find out what's really going on here.
All right, so the mistake itself is, well, it's deceptively simple. We all do it. To keep that precious cool air in, we shut the windows tight, we seal up any drafts, and we crank the AC. Then, we head into the kitchen and start cooking, maybe with a gas stove or something else with a flame, and we're so focused on beating the heat outside, we completely forget about the danger we might be building up inside.
Now, you might be thinking, is this for real? And yeah, it absolutely is. This isn't some theoretical what-if scenario. To really understand the stakes, we're going to look at a couple of real-life incidents where a simple family meal turned into a full-blown medical emergency. These stories show exactly how fast things can go wrong.
So, our first case takes us to Gyeongsan-gun. Picture this. A family decides to have a barbecue, but it's too hot, so they bring the charcoal grill inside, just trying to have a nice, comfortable meal together, right? But their evening was about to take a very, very dangerous turn.
And here's how it all went down, and you'll see just how fast this happens. The family of 5 starts grilling inside. Just 1 hour later, the 3 family members who have started eating first were already feeling dizzy, throwing up, and struggling to breathe. It turned out they had all the classic symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, thankfully, everyone survived, but man, what a close call. The danger was undeniable.
Okay, so that's a home situation. But what about, a restaurant? Surely they have better systems in place, right? Professional equipment, ventilation. Well, not always. Our second case takes us to a restaurant in Jeju where things went terribly wrong.
This incident was, honestly, the perfect storm for a disaster. Get this, 17 customers suddenly get sick. 4 of them were kids who actually collapsed. And look at the setup here. It was a tiny space, only about 280 square feet, which is like a small studio apartment. Every single window was sealed shut so the AC could run. And here's the kicker. One of their 3 ventilation fans was broken. The charcoal grills did the rest, just pumping that small sealed room full of toxic gas.
In both of these stories, the villain is the exact same thing, this invisible gas. So to really prevent this from happening, we need to understand the culprit itself. We need to talk about the silent killer, carbon monoxide.
So what is carbon monoxide, or CO? Well, basically, it's a gas that gets produced when fuels like charcoal or natural gas don't burn completely. And the real danger, the reason it's so terrifying, is that you cannot detect it at all. It has no color, no smell, and no taste. It doesn't even irritate your throat or nose. That's why it's earned the name the silent killer. And believe me, it's a name it has definitely earned.
And when we say killer, we are not exaggerating. Just look at these numbers. At a tiny concentration of just 0.02% in the air, you might feel a mild headache. Okay, no big deal, right? Wrong. Bump that up to just 0.16%, still a tiny, tiny amount, and death is on the table within 2 hours. Now look at this last one. At 1.28%, you could be dead in 1 to 3 minutes. The margin for error is almost zero.
So if you can't see it or smell it, how in the world are you supposed to protect yourself? It all comes down to recognizing the warning signs in your own body and in others. And knowing these isn't just helpful, it's literally life-saving.
Okay, the really tricky part about CO poisoning is how it starts. The early signs are so normal. A headache, feeling a little dizzy, some nausea. You'd probably just brush it off, wouldn't you? Thinking, oh, I'm just tired, or maybe I'm coming down with something. But here is the crucial takeaway. If you are cooking with a flame indoors and more than one person starts feeling this way, you have to consider CO poisoning, because from there, it can get severe fast. We're talking confusion, convulsions, and all the way to coma and respiratory arrest.
And listen to what the medical pros have to say about this, because it is so important. Even if you survive a case of CO poisoning, you're not always out of the woods. That lack of oxygen can cause lasting permanent damage to your brain, your heart, and your kidneys. You can be left with long-term neurological problems. It just hammers home the point you can't treat your way out of this danger. You absolutely have to prevent it.
All right, so we've seen the real-world danger, we get the science behind it, and we know what to look for. So now let's get to the most important part of this whole explainer. What are the simple, easy things you can do to make sure this never, ever happens to you or your family?
It really just boils down to these 3 super simple rules. Seriously, that's it. Number 1, always ventilate. I don't care if it's 100 degrees outside, if you have a flame going for cooking, you crack a window. No excuses. Number 2, check your equipment. That vent fan over your stove, flip it on before you start cooking just to make sure it actually works. And number 3, and this is a big one, choose your fuel wisely. Things like charcoal grills or portable camp stoves, they are made for the outdoors, and that is where they have to stay. Period.
So there you have it. You have the knowledge now to keep yourself safe. And I'll leave you with this one last thought to really let sink in. As you go about your day, enjoying that nice cool air, just take a second to think about it. What is the air quality in your kitchen right now? Because knowing the answer to that question could truly make all the difference.